laboratory, maybe after 2-3 classes, you would be realizing that how total station is established over a particular, you know, a point, and how you center it, how to level it. Then the moment you establish your station over a tripod, what are the other complications? So what I'm focusing here is how to use those intermediate observables as your part of your observation. Okay, and in that case, what we are doing, we are establishing a station at these two places, which is what is we call it as A, and another is call it as B. Because you realize in this case we have to measure two angles, horizontal angles as well as vertical angles, isn't it? So the moment you establish your station here, maybe any digital theodolite or total station, whatever you wish to work with. So in that kind of instrument, what you need to do, you need to measure those angles. So these are the vertical angles and these are the horizontal angle. Horizontal angle, so these are the two planes. One plane is vertical plane and another plane intersect here, and this is horizontal plane. So you have two kind of planes. In these two planes, you are taking the measurements. So one on horizontal plane, another on vertical. Okay. So in that two cases, we got these measurement. But in order to estimate the height, as I've told you in the laboratory class also, you first start from your benchmark, isn't it? So benchmark at this point, if you know height of this benchmark, let's say 100 meter, this height has to be transferred to the unknown location. So in this case, this your chimney is your unknown region, where you have to work with the height of this the particular point has to be transferred to that particular height of chimney. So while this transfer mechanism, you are working with trigonometrical relationship, isn't it? So recall your previous problem in where you have used x naught and y naught as an addition to that your trigonometrical relation to reach that coordinate of the point, isn't it? You work as x naught plus d sine theta, x y naught plus d cos theta. Then you reached at yp, xp, and yp. Similarly, here we know the trigonometrical relation, but what we want to know is there any predetermined height is there or not. Okay. So in your 11th level, it could be a chance or it could be a possibility that you may consider them as a zero. You start from a point. In fact, most of the problem in trigonometry, you have started from a point itself. But please remember, in our domain, angles has to be measured with the instrument. An instrument cannot be placed on the ground. Instrument has to be placed on certain tripod. Tripod is established over here. Then you have this instrument. So this height of instrument plus height of this point, they both play the role. This is what I'm trying to say. So just consider you are sitting on a table, then the ground height, which you need to know, plus the difference from ground to table height you should know, and then from table you are measuring that something. So the three steps which are involved. This is what I'm trying to tell you here. So in that process, what you have height of point A plus height of instrument at A plus the trigonometrical relations. That will help you to reach the height of C. Similarly, height of C from B would be height of B first plus height of instrument at B. I'm sorry, I have written A. Height of instrument at B plus trigonometrical relationship which we have established in the previous class. Any questions? Because this is very basic understanding which you need to recall from your I mean, from your basics of understanding that whenever you will face such problem, you will have to work like that. Any questions? That's why this question is given as
Sir,
station A. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
sir, HA or HB can have means label in
Just say again, please.
HA or
A
HB,
bit
sir.
loud. Yes.
HA or HB, sir, means label है.
Yes, yes. HA and HB are transferred mean sea level. Transferred in the sense, suppose this problem is established in Nainital, let's say. For example, I'm giving a place called Nainital. Okay. Nainital is a region where you would have benchmark location at somewhere. Let's say this place is known as BM, and the height of this is error free. You know that this benchmark height is, let's say, maybe 1200 meter or feet, whatever you can consider. This height benchmark is known. Now, elevation of A is constructed or estimated by transferring this benchmark at these 2 points A and B. Please remember, this is what we are focusing. Okay. So when you transfer the benchmark to certain location of your study area, it will incur the error during this process of transferring of height to that point. That's why the height elevation is given with this error plus minus, error plus minus. And when you establish your station, then again you commit error by measuring those height of instrument. Then when you take the horizontal distance between 2 point A and B, then you commit error. When you take angles, then you commit error. When you take vertical angles, so every process is involved with errors. Every single process is involved with errors. So those who are making notes, they can make it. I'm just erasing the content because the same thing is written in the next slide also. But our objective is to tell you a little more about how this, you know, height is measured in real manner. And in fact, if you try to see, height of C is a function of how many parameter? You have to count and tell me the parameters. I would not write directly. You just have to tell me the parameters. How many parameters?
H of
Just
A,
count
H
and
of
tell me.
4 parameters.
Sorry,
Many.
say again.
So, 6 parameters.
No, count again. वैली शेट्टी आप बताइए.
Think 7 parameters.
No, beta. Think again.
Sir, 4 parameters, angle A, B, and
Wrong.
angle B.
Wrong. Wrong.
Sir,
Wrong.
five parameters.
Wrong.
So five parameters, horizontal distance and four angles.
Wrong. Those who are saying 7, they are little bit right, but they have to improve their number because they are thinking in the right direction. Just improve your understanding of saying the answer because you are not looking at the whole picture. You are just in a hurriedly manner, you are just answering.
So, 6 parameters.
Wrong.
Uh,
A
Alok.
parameter.
Sir, 8.
No.
Hmm.
Sir, 3 parameter.
अरे हम्म
Sir, 6.
नो क्या कर रहे हो भाई थोड़ा सा फिर से
9 parameter.
sorry say again
9 parameter.
who said this
Shivam, sir.
9 parameter is the right answer 9 parameter is the right answer now those who are saying 7 8 they are interpreting it right but mistakenly they have forgot about 2 3 variables so first variable is station height at
सर
A
एंगल ऑफ सी भी
second
लेंगे क्या?
listen first station A height first parameter station B height second parameter stage instrument height at A third parameter instrument height at B fourth parameter and these five so 5 plus 4 total 9 अब आप बताइए क्यों कंफ्यूजन हो रहा था इसीलिए मैंने पूछा आप लोगों से सीधे लिख देता तो आप लोग पिक नहीं कर पाते क्यों प्रॉब्लम हुई इसमें जब मैंने आपको पिछला मार्किंग से बता दिया है that how this function will be built up that height of C will be height at C would be nothing but average would be taken height of C measured from A plus height of C measured from B. Then height of C from A is again having certain parameter additionally to what the angle measurement is done and height from C from B would have additional parameters. So the both this function of HC is function of those whole 9 parameters. Because height from A is measured, height from B is measured, but ultimately height of C is coming from A and B. So you have to take the average because you are getting two answers. What is the most probable value of HC? That would be average that is taken from both C and from A and B. Anyways, because if you do not look at the problem, you do not understand the whole problem in a manner, then you will obviously miss certain parameters, and that's what is really happening here because you are not looking at the whole problem at a time. See, this is we have discussed, isn't it? This we have discussed yesterday that an imaginary point AI would be taken. Again, if there is any problem in this one, I'm again explaining. You have got 2 point A and B, okay? Then A and B, you made an imaginary point from this I. So what you want AI or BI for placing it in equation for estimating the height. So this AI is measured with respect to the angle sine and sine rule. This is from AI from sine rule. This is BI from sine rule. And the moment if you have AI and BI, you can write HC as obviously AI tan alpha 1, HC BI tan alpha 2. or V2, V1, V2, whatever vertical angles you have been using. Okay. So what is more important is elevation of C from A would be elevation at A first, because ultimately you have to come at the point first. So what is elevation of this point? Elevation of this point. Then instrument, you have to reach to the instrument. When you are at the instrument, then at this level you have taken all measurement. If it is horizontal also, you have taken horizontal angle at this level. So you have to account, because you are at imaginary level, isn't it? Instrument is this height, you are at imaginary level. For vertical angle, you have to go like this. For horizontal angle, you have to go like this. थोड़ा सा रियलाइज करिए आप अपनी, अगर आपको किसी पॉइंट की हाइट बतानी, लेट्स से यू आर द पर्सन, यू आर सिटिंग लाइक दैट, ओके। अब आपकी आईज तो यहाँ पर है ना, तो जब आप एंगल बताओगे तो क्या यहाँ से बताओगे? एंगल आप कहाँ से बताओगे? एंगल तो आप अपनी आईज के लेवल से देख के बता रहे हो ना। आई पीस कहाँ से देखते हो? आई से। इफ यू हैव आई पीस एट योर आईज लेवल, एंगल तो इस लेवल के हैं सारे। दिस हाइट हैज टू बी अकाउंटेड, दैट्स व्हाट वी आर डूइंग। So first you are accounting the height at which you are standing. This is height of this point B or A or whatever it is. Then you are reaching to your height of eye level, that is instrument height. And then you are taking any angle measurement or range measurement or distance measurement. This is what is being done here. So elevation at C is nothing but elevation at A, instrument height at A, then AI 10B. Elevation at C from point B would be elevation of B, instrument height of B, then BI 10. So how many parameters you can count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 parameters are there. Elevation AB, height of instrument AB, V1, V2, angle A, angle B. So how many times you have to take the partial derivative? 9 for 9. Jacobian की साइज बताइए। चलिए फंक्शन आपके सामने है, अब मैं रिपीट नहीं करूंगा। जैकोबियन की साइज बतानी है आपको। दिस इज द फंक्शन यू हैव रिटन, दिस इज द फंक्शन यू हैव फॉर 9 वेरिएबल्स। बताइए जैकोबियन किस साइज का बनेगा? नॉन लीनियर फंक्शन है, जैकोबियन का साइज बताइए।
1 cross 9.
1 cross 9, very nice, because there is only one function, 9 variables. One function, 9 variables. जैकोबियन हमेशा ऐसे बनाया करिए, जे लिखा करिए। How many function? One function. How many variable? 9 variable. 1 cross 9. कंपोनेंट क्या होंगे जैकोबियन के अंदर के? Partial derivative of function with respect to each variable. So let's say your random variable R1, random variable R2, random variable R3, and so on, random variable Rn. अब आप देख लीजिए R1 क्या है? एलिवेशन। R2 क्या है? एलिवेशन 2। R3 क्या है? हाइट। सिमिलरली यू हैव ऑल 9 एलिवेशन. Okay, so I got this particular understanding of Jacobian. Now this is the solution. See the partial derivative. What? How many times partial derivative? 9 times. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth. So now you have got values also. Values are given in terms of mu plus minus sigma. Mu will be used in function evaluation. Sigma will be used in error evaluation. Okay. आप हमेशा देखिए, function will be evaluated based on mu and error will be evaluated based on sigma. This is one of the most classical problem of error propagation, where you try to see take a look. If you have any issues, you just can revert me back. Any doubt in this? So error in elevation, as I've told you, error in elevation would be, you can use Jacobian, it is better, but ultimately that partial derivative and error in particular variable square, another variable partial derivative, error in that variable, another partial derivative with respect to that variable, error in that variable, and you take a square. You get this error. This is the error in HC, and this is the partial derivative, which individually we have found. If you want the so-called value of height, you can compute it from here. HC can be computed from here. So you have HC with you, and you can compute it from. Okay, so with this, our error propagation concepts are ended. This is the final example problem that I have to tell you. Now you, as I've given you assignment for chapter 6, majority of the problem is given in that exercises. You can attempt it, you can submit it by tomorrow. So that will, I mean, give you enough confidence to handle all kind of. The only suggestion to all of you is to never ever read the problem only a single time. You have to read the problem at least twice. Then only what will happen, the total number of variable, would be clear, that how many variables are there in this problem. That would help you to, so-called improving your understanding in developing Jacobians, developing function evaluation. And at the same time, you try to see what is the mu for individual variable in sigma. Because if you do not know the mu, you cannot evaluate the function. Functions are evaluated and partial derivatives are evaluated. You can write like here, what I've written. In fact, I'll just write it again so that it would be more clear, because these are the tricks which, I mean, based on experience only come. You read the problem, find out the number of variables, their mu and sigma, then Jacobian, then partial derivatives, and then finally the error. These are the channel of event. आपने problem read की? Yes, we have read the problem together. Number of variable is problem में कितने आए? 9. They are all mu and sigma is given. Yes, it is given. Jacobian size, 1 cross 9, 2 cross 9, 5 cross 9, 10 cross 9, whatever it is. Then partial derivative evaluate करा आपने. कैसे evaluate होंगे? With respect to all mu's. Sigma with respect to all sigmas and partial derivatives. I think it's very straightforward. You read the problem. You, in fact, if I add one more uh, point, you read the problem and try to develop the mathematical model also at the same time. So this is first step, second step, third step, fourth step, fifth step, and sixth step. That's it. End of the story. You read the mathematical model, you read the problem, develop the mathematical model, understand the number of variable involved, try to get their mu and sigma from the problem, try to develop the Jacobian. Jacobian is nothing but the partial derivatives. You should evaluate the partial derivative at all given mu's. Then you can form the sigma. That means the error in final deliverable with the help of partial derivatives as well as the sigma of variables. That's it. अब इसको भी किसको प्रॉब्लम हो रही है तो वो पूछ सकता है क्योंकि this is the final summary of our last 2-3 classes, the discussion which we had. If you have any question, you can ask right now. No more questions. Okay.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, from elementary probability and this error propagation, after going through that, I got a query that sometimes they are indicating that standard deviation as the under root sum of squares of residuals by n minus 1, and sometimes they are indicating as under root and standard deviation as under root sum of squares of residuals as divided by n. Why there some n minus 1 and n, why it's different, sir?
See, there is a, I mean, frankly speaking, by derivation, if you follow the derivation, that means in the Mikhail and Gracie book itself, there is a place where the derivation is given. If you go by derivation, the answer would come as n minus 1. Why? Because you are taking the mean also as one of the input, okay, in your whole computation. So excluding mean, we are computing the variance. So n minus 1 is the right way. But some places they just in a matter of realization of generalization of these so-called equations, they use instead of writing n minus 1, they simply use n. That's the difference. But the frankly speaking, the better representation is n minus 1.
Yes, sir. When I went to the concept, there they mentioned that we should take that n values as n. We should reduce the reduce to n minus 1 as mean is included. But when
Yes.
they took as divided by n, they did not mention it as we should. Generally, they have taken as concept.
Okay. But by theory, if you go, it should be n minus 1.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so what I'm going to do right now, I've just extracted the quiz. Now I'm uploading in this in chat box. Okay. What you need to do, you need to download this quiz one, and you have to, because quiz one is only objective. So what you need to do, you'll be giving certain time to finish that, and after that you can submit it. Just let me just go to that document. Just a second. Yeah. Okay. So okay, so I have uploaded the quiz one in your chat box. You can download it. Please tell me if it is visible or not. Sumit, is it visible?
Not yet, sir.
From my side, it is actually. I'm again doing it. Okay, so quiz one is up.